Hello, Chaos Community. This is Rain. Tonight we are going to be, well, today, whenever you're listening to this, we're going to be talking about date night ideas. So, date nights with your friends, date nights with your significant other, just something to just keep you being you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our interesting as all hell intros and warnings, and we'll catch you in a couple.
BT dubs, before we switch to the warnings, this is Harley here. Hey, my bad. My dogs got a new squeaky toy, and apparently they decided right as Rain was doing the intro that it was the perfect time to exercise the demons and squish eat it. So if you heard it in the background, my bad. All right, here's your intros.
Oh, I didn't hear it because Apprentice 1 is up here painting models and he dropped something and it masked the squeaky sound.
Oh, great. All right. Okay, moving on. Intros, and let's go.
Like, oh my god, you've reached Chaos Connections podcast. Isn't that the best? Brought to you by, oh my god, MOC Media, LLC, and the Moms of Chaos, like, gag me with a rocket ship. But Harley, Rain, and Raven have created space for you. Oh my god, to, like, learn and thrive and, like, connect. Isn't that the best?
Hey, howdy, hey, y'all. This podcast is hosted by people with tattoos and piercings and colorful language, no filters, and we are fiercely protective of the vulnerable among us. Bless their hearts. Make sure you actually want to be here, or you can FAFO, which, pardon my French, means fuck around and find out, bitches. It's, of course, your choice, darling. Thanks. All right. Rain, you were talking about date night. We're talking about date night tonight. All right.
Yo, date night. Which date night can be going out. It could be staying in. It could be going and walking around doing something that doesn't really cost anything because money's not always just readily available because unfortunately it does not grow on trees and we do not have witchy powers like Samantha
I
from
have
Bewitched.
not figured out how to grow that shit.
Dude,
Raven,
Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, they lied to us.
Raven, what did you just do? What were you just doing a second ago?
I put my scissors away.
It just
'Cause I was
sounded like a
cutting
knife
paper.
being pulled out of a cutting block, and I was like, oh, goddamn. All right. That kind of party tonight. Okay.
Well,
No wonder you sounded timid. No.
okay, you do know crafting is kind of one of those things that we craft so we don't kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously.
I don't
Crocheting
have
is just
any- I don't
stabbing
have
and,
any- I don't
noose.
have any. I don't think I have any scissors in my office where I do my crafting, but I do have a shit ton of these like surgical type tools that I use for weeding my Cricut projects. I have a plethora. Yeah. You guys
Yeah,
can't.
if
see
I
it,
come
but
for
we're
you with my
basically-
wire cutters or my scissors, y'all just laugh because they're dull as shit.
I told her how to sharpen them because she's like, I need to get new scissors. I was like, why do you need to get new scissors? Because those are old as shit and they're dull. I'm like, do the freaking aluminum foil trick. Okay, before we get on to crafting, because we've already done that episode
Uh-huh.
fairly recently, so let's go back to date night. So,
back to date night. So, all right.
Some kind of magic
previously
alive.
talked about we previously talked about mental health and mental well-being. And in that episode, all three of us, myself, Raven, and Rain, talked about our own personal struggles and things that we're doing to better ourselves and our mental health. One of those things happens to be therapy because, believe it or not, medicine does not fix everything. There also has to be some personal work
No.
being done. I wish it fixed
Which I
everything.
don't always agree with because it's painful as fuck.
Right.
is,
but
but-
dude, it doesn't matter if you have a mental issue or if you have pancreatitis. You still need to do behavioral mods and meds.
Exactly. So,
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you. So, in my most recent therapy episode, I was talking to my therapist, and I was.
Did you just call your therapy session a therapy episode?
Did I?
Oh, that's priceless.
It's
I
no
mean,
longer a therapy session.
I don't know. For my therapist, it might be another episode of Harley's soap opera. Jesus Christ. But I was talking to my therapist in my most recent session, not episode, session, and I was expressing some concerns about my relationship with Joker. Nothing catastrophic. Don't worry, Harley and Joker are as solid as ever. But my therapist said, I'm not a couples therapist. She goes, but how often do you and Joker have a date night? How often do you guys have maybe not even a date night? How often do you guys just have a regular check-in with each other, a regular pulse check? It doesn't have to be a date night. You don't have to be going out anywhere. It could literally be a scheduled one-on-one meeting that you have with your significant other at some time throughout the week. It doesn't have to, I'm not talking about scheduling sex because that would be depressing, but I am talking about making sure
there are some people who do, which is depressing.
There are some people that do, but in the chaos that is life, when you are going through life with a partner, it is very easy when you and your partner are both focused on maintaining the household and maintaining the family and taking care of gremlins or witchkins or apprentices. It's very easy to get focused on these other obligations that it's easy to lose sight and lose focus on strengthening your relationship. And so she was saying, just have a designated time where you and your husband get together, and it's not a scheduled bitch session. It's a scheduled, hey, how are you doing? I just want to let you know that, I really appreciate, you doing X, Y, and Z this week. I really appreciate that you mowed the yard when I asked you to. And Hex is chiming in too. He wants to let you know he's thankful that you threw his ball, It's
So
just
Joker is Hex's
time.
boyfriend.
Joker is
Throwing that out
me and Joker went to go visit Rain, and the first time Joker came with me to see Rain when they had Hex just decided that Joker was the bee's knees. Like, Joker was able to calm the rabid beast. Okay. And usually when I go to visit Rain, I don't always bring Joker with me, but he came with me one weekend to visit. And it's funny because Hex came inside after we had gotten in and set our stuff down so that we didn't get tackled with our luggage. Hex came inside and Joker pauses, and he's kind of standing there on the other side of the room. And Hex is looking at him and kind of trying to figure out who the fuck is this guy. And then Joker goes, "Hey, Hex. Hey, buddy." And I shit you not, Hex torpedoed. He pole vaulted over the couch, like ran across and just straight tackled Joker. It was the most adorable thing. And I cannot hug my husband or kiss my husband in front of Hex because Hex thinks, nay, nay, bitch, this man is mine.
No. So Captain and I cannot give each other hugs or cuddle or anything. Hex gets in the middle. Well, Kurz does too now, because Kurz is such a mama's boy that I must protect mom from everything. Except for him sitting on me with his 85-pound self.
That is his protection. He's making sure you can't move.
I know.
He's shielding you.
But yeah.
He doesn't
But yeah,
want you to
no,
breathe in too deep. It might hurt you.
Right. But no, Hex gets between us. Like if we're hugging or anything, he comes and he gets between us and he moves us. Hex did that to Joker and Harley. So we had to test the theory.
Mm-hmm.
And Harley is not a hugger. Like I can count on one hand the amount of times that this woman has given me a hug that we have been friends.
I'm getting
And
better. I
she's
am
like,
getting better.
You don't have to be a hugger. It's not. That's perfectly
Really,
fine.
you don't. It's fine.
It's fine.
No,
So
but I'm trying to get better about like expressing to those that I care about that I care about them, because sometimes I feel like it's like it should be obvious, right? It doesn't have to be spoken, but not everybody
will you shut up?
operates that way, and some people
Right.
need to hear it because otherwise they feel like they're making an assumption, and you know what they say about assuming.
Yeah.
But I have a
no
great
shit.
Out
ass.
of you and me. Oh yeah, so
You
so
do, but I
me-
don't want to be one. I
Fair.
want to have one.
So we attempted to she gave me a hug, and Hex was laying on Joker and was just like, I don't fucking care. I'm getting scratches.
No, it's not.
boy.
It's not the bitches he cares about. It's the dicks. Like what the fuck, bro?
Uh-huh.
Are you mad because they still have
Maybe
their
he's
balls?
trying to protect them in like, solidarity.
Maybe he's
You know
jealous
what-
because
you know
he
what I
doesn't
haven't
remember.
done?
But let's go back to date night.
You know
I
what I
want to
haven't
circle
done?
back to something that Harley said.
Go
What
ahead.
haven't you done, ma'am?
I was just gonna say.
No, when you were
to-
talking
to
about
further test it, to further test
you
it.
bitch.
You stop. You guys, all right. For our listeners, there is a slight lag sometimes when we're recording, so we don't see each other. The lag usually doesn't pick up in the end recording, which is great.
Yeah.
But real time, like it like pauses and like buffers, and so I'm like thinking that Raven is like, here's something on the side of her chair and is looking over. Anyway, what I haven't tried is, and I don't think I'm going to, because I think Captain would make it weird, but I've never tried hugging Captain in front of Hex to see what that would do. And I don't think Rain has tried hugging Joker in front of Hex to see what that would do.
Oh, see, now we need to do science.
Okay, so Captain would definitely. He probably wouldn't make it weird because it's respect for you and Joker.
Not at first.
Not at first. But if he's hugging Joker, it's gonna get weird. Just like if he's gonna hug Dar.
real fast.
They're gonna
get weird.
Real fast.
They're gonna cross tips.
No,
No,
but they'll joke about it.
they'll joke about it. I don't.
But there will you'll be able to watch them like kind of do this number and like
like just bend at the hip so that only their chests are touching. Maybe
yeah, like bend their hips outwards and like then kind of like move to the side of each other, but they're still going to be like talking about it and making it weird and making sure that there's absolutely no way it could happen because
Is that a
pen in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Jesus Christ. Okay.
But no, okay. Circling back, something that Harley said is that, schedule time. And I know a lot of people hear this and they're like, oh my God, I am not going to schedule a date with my husband. That is just so wrong. And sometimes you have to.
Kids
And
are
if
a
you have to
lot.
because your schedules are so busy, then fucking do it. Put it on your Google Calendar and send him an invite, or put it on a family calendar somewhere. But yeah, it's okay to schedule it. And it's even okay to schedule sex if you have to, because sometimes your schedules just don't align and you guys have to have an agreement about that, right? Like, you guys have to talk and, I don't know, maybe actually communicate with your significant other.
So,
Right?
But, oh, go ahead.
so when Captain and I first started dating, we were on the same shift because I was on overnights and so was he. Well, I got off overnights because I am not as much of a night person as my friends are. And
Not at all.
so our schedules for most of our relationship have been opposite. Well, he was on days for a while and then he got switched back over to nights recently, so it's like we're trying to find we have to refine that balance of us being able to spend quality time with each other and still take care of what needs to be taken care of. So there is times that you do have to schedule out, hey, this hour is ours. I don't give a shit if your friends are calling.
Mm-hmm.
Your phone, we can share memes, we can share TikToks, but do not get on the phone because we need our time. And
And I can actually attest that this is something that they do put into practice, because I know it might seem strange and bizarre that Harley might not get along with somebody when she first meets them. I know. Gasp! Clutch your pearls. Oh my Lord. But me and Captain kind of butted heads a little bit, and I was like,
a
"No,
lot.
bitch, this is my best friend," and he was like, "No, bitch, this is my bitch," and I was like, "No, bitch, my bitch first, my germ." Anyway,
When I said she was
Liquid, so it's
possessive,
mine.
when I said possessive, it's true.
So Captain and I have we got, as Rain likes to call it, we got put in the timeout shirt. And she,
I thought it was the get along shirt.
The get along shirt, whatever. Timeout shirt, get along shirt. She basically said, "Get along or I'm fucking done with both of you." But not like done with both of us, but she was pissed. So me and Captain had a come to Jesus agreement, and we legit for a solid little bit had designated Rain times. Like I would know I don't get to call Rain at this time or at this time, between this time and this time, because that's when Captain is either getting ready for bed and he's decompressing and him and Rain are spending time together, or this is when Captain's getting up and getting ready for the day and him and Rain are spending time together. And we literally had designated times, and we also would call each other out. Like, there were times that I would be on the phone with Rain during Harley time, and Captain would come in and he'd be like, "Hey babe, let me," and I'd be like, no, get the fuck out, Captain. It's Harley time. It's Harley time. And Rain, she would always be like, "He's just showing me something. It's fine." But we're good. We're all good now.
No, it's funny because even now, years after that happened, I know if I call Rain at certain times of the morning, she's not going to answer because she's in the smoke shack talking to Captain. And I know that she'll see it and she'll call me back when she manages to charge her phone.
Okay, in the mornings, my phone is typically charged, unless the cat got to the freaking cord because she's an asshole. Later in the day is not a guarantee because
True.
the charger could not be working and I'd be oblivious.
And we are all good enough friends. I can't say this for Dar, but that's also because Dar is a kind of an introvert a little bit. But I do have Captain's phone number. And there are times if if there is something going on and I need to get in contact with Rain, or I'm not able to get in contact with Rain, and it's just one of those intuition tells me I need to check on my best friend, I can reach out to Captain. And there are Captain and I also have one-on-one conversations by ourselves, and
They are friends. They are friends. They get along very well now.
To the insecure
Now.
assholes who think that men and women, that people of the opposite sex or of the same sex that happen to like the same sex can't be friends without being sexually attracted to each other.
Dude, you'd be
That
missing
is
out on so many amazing people in relationships, and
Well,
you need
that
to take
is-
a hard look in the mirror, asshole.
That is your own
Not you, but them.
personal, that's your own personal
Insecurities.
fucking insecurity that you need to deal with. Because I can guarantee you that Captain and I are friends. We can joke about quite a few things. I have lived with Rain and Captain. He has probably seen more of my ass than I want to admit. All right? And guess what? Rain could be on a vacation on a deserted island by herself because she just wants space and she needs me to go and watch the house and keep everything in order for her and make sure that Captain stays in line. I don't know. Guess what? She can rest assured ain't nothing gonna happen between Horley and Captain, okay? We will tell jokes. We will tell jokes until we're blue in the face. But
what will happen?
Stop.
Oh my God, the jokes. Okay, Captain was in the Navy, and Harley
In the Navy. Sorry.
obviously has
Was not.
a Navy, speaks fluent Navy soldier with a construction accent very well, and I don't know why people think that women are so much better than men as far as perversion and horrid sense
Oh my
of
God,
humors.
no.
We are worse, and holy shit. So Captain,
Dude, I can turn How It's Made into a dirty show, okay?
you turn that into a dirty show to amuse your dar.
Most of the time.
Who's floating by the screen right now. But no, the only thing I'd have to worry about is coming back and Captain's nipples being accidentally pierced because they were wrestling and she was with her fucking claws trying to pinch him and fuck with him because she did that.
There would be
Didn't
no
pierce
There would
anything.
be no accident.
Yeah,
There would
you would
be
do it
no
on purpose.
accident. Raven would have her
He-
nipples
he-
Hold
pierced too.
still. I want to test how strong this needle is. Just hold still. It'll only hurt for a second.
Wait, I
Yeah.
got this. I got the stiletto nails for the first time. I want to see how well my nail guy did. Like, come here.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you
Which,
milk me?
if you're into tattoos and piercings, shut up, fucker. If you're into tattoos and piercings, that could be a great date night idea.
Going and get a tattoo. That's a great date night. So when we decided that we were going to do date nights and ideas for date nights. We all kind of did our own little research, if you want to say. I went and I just kind of like flipping through social media or whatever. Okay, that actually isn't my dog. Shocking. I think it
Wasn't mine.
I think it was Harley's. I think it was Damon. But I went and I found this thing. It's I need to find the Etsy page and I'll make sure to message it or put it somewhere. But it's a year of dates. So 52 weekly date nights. And I know Raven went and you went on Reddit.
I went on Pinterest first, and that was really cute. And then I went on Reddit to a couple of different subreddits that I'm a member of, and I asked those communities, like, what are some fun date night ideas? It doesn't matter if it's fun, if it's like, fun and silly, if it's extravagant, if it's cheap, if it's free, does not matter the orientation of the couple. It just matters that it's a couple trying to keep their connection alive, right? And partially because Dar and I get in a rut. We do. Like, we'll spend
20 years and that's
evenings
going to
watching
happen.
Yeah, it's a thing, right? So you have to look for these moments to keep it alive. And especially from what I'm reading from my menopause subreddit, that it's very, very common for relationships to just kind of peter out at this stage of life. But so Dar and I are trying to avoid that. But yeah, like, we'll get in a rut. We'll watch shows in the evenings on the couch. And if Rain calls, I'm like, hey, honey, Rain's calling. Do you want to pause it or do you want me to ignore it? Because, I'm giving him that space to say something. And 9 times out of 10, he'll be like, "Now go ahead and take it. I got to do this thing in my game."
He does the thing in his
And
game, but then he
I'm
gets
sorry.
involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, y'all. That was my big mama's boy. His name is Damon. And that was him doing his big boy bark because apparently something was going on outside the front door. God knows what. I think it might have just been a June bug, but he
It's
didn't like
probably
it.
the grass
So
growing.
him and his sister were letting us know. So and my office
was an
door
attack.
is literally right by the front door, and that's where they were. So apologies. But
I do want to point
yeah.
out that we have been recording for like 25 minutes and we have barely talked about the subject matter.
So yeah. Okay. So
Because
date
we
night.
are
actually-
So literally, okay. So
I was
all right,
about to
so I
read
told
this
you-
really cute response to one of my posts.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, and then I
Who's going first?
will share mine and Joker.
Okay. So somebody responded, "In the winter, we'll crank the heat, wear summery stuff, make frozen drinks and fun snacks."
That is super cute, especially if you're up
It is super cute.
if you're up north and it's fucking snowing. I applaud you because oh god, I turn purple in the snow. I turn purple. I am I not built for the snow. But that is such a cute idea.
That is. So
That one just really stuck out to me.
So Joker and I, we will. So I already said that I really, for lack of a better word, I really got reminded. But can you hear the dog toy? Is that why you guys?
Yes, it's cracking us up.
Hold
oh my
on.
God.
It's fine.
Okay,
It's
you
fine. It's
recently got
fine. You got
reminded.
reminded of what?
No, it's fine.
It reminds
I
people
got-
that we
so
are human
my-
and we have craziness.
So my therapist, pointed out that it had Joker and I had both been neglecting our relationship and neglecting each other because we weren't doing date nights. We weren't taking the time to spend with each other. And I was like, you know what? That's right. And I'm particularly guilty of this. I will accept my share of the guilt in this because at the end of the day, at the end of the workday, I am honestly so mentally exhausted that I just want to, and I do, just go in the room and lay down and zone out on my game, and that's it, right? And Joker, God bless them, he tries to, get me to, he likes to say, babe, it's our house. Come out in the living room. Come watch a movie with me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. Nah, because I'm a loser. But he,
Oh.
You're not a
But-
loser. You're a brat.
true.
No, you
So
got into some habits and you just need to work on breaking them.
I did get into some bad habits. I did develop some bad habits through a series of unfortunate events that I will not get into here because nobody wants to hear that tale of woe. But I did develop some bad habits. I am working on building new habits to counteract those negative habits that my husband is currently having to contend with. But, you know, after I got off the therapy appointment, I called Joker and I was like, you know what? We haven't gone on a date in I don't even know how long. And he was like, you're right. You're absolutely right. We haven't. And I was like, let's go on a date. And he was like, okay, where do you want to go? And I was like, well, you know, I'm not super hungry. I don't really want to go out to eat somewhere like for a meal. And he was like, okay, well, you know what? One of my coworkers was telling me about this place that is really good. I'm going to do a quick plug here. It's called the Peach Cobbler Factory, and they make different flavors of cobbler, and it was so good. I got caramel apple cobbler with vanilla ice cream, and because I also have a huge sweet tooth, I also got me a nice big decorated and iced chocolate chip cookie and a cinnamon roll. Yeah. So we spent like $40
I'm
on
sorry,
dessert.
cobbler sounds good.
But
You know,
but yeah,
that-
I mean,
that's
but
another idea.
yeah, I mean, just if you don't want to go out for a full meal, you don't want to spend that much money on a full meal, just go and get ice cream together. Go to McDonald's and get a $1 ice cream cone if their machine is working. You know?
Really, the important part is that you two are doing something together and focusing on each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's so important. And I mean, seriously, I've never felt so stupid as I did when, and maybe stupid's too harsh for a word, forgive me, but I have never felt so foolish as I did when my therapist was like, when's the last time you and your husband spent time together, did anything together, just one-on-one, not necessarily have sex. I mean, you've heard me talk on the podcast. My sex life is not lacking. It's not a matter of
No, but it's
sex.
about finding intimacy in other ways.
Exactly, because unfortunately, intimacy
is not
will one day go the way of the dodo for most people. I know Viagra is a thing, but I don't
But
want
intimacy
to
is
have to
just
get a
physical.
tetanus shot every time we have sex.
Right. And no, intimacy doesn't have to be just physical. And we as human beings, we are social creatures. We need connection. We crave it. We thrive on it. That was why, you know, in the last 20, 30 years, as we've been raising families, that's why you've seen so many people be so lonely and sad, because we don't have that community connection anymore. So you got to work to create it with your SO. And, you know, if you guys want to go out, do a painting with a twist, because those are fun and hilarious. And you'll find one in a box 5-10 years later that you can then turn into Medusa, because that's how sad that vase of flowers looks.
And
you guys can go hiking together.
I'm gonna read off some of this list because it's really good ideas, and then I'll say what me and Captain do as far as our time together goes. Take a walk in nature. Take a road trip. Go to a museum. Bookstore. Bookstores are big date days for Captain and I, and hopefully we have money when we go because we are both book junkies. If you're into volunteering,
BT
volunteer.
I got some awesome book suggestions for my game today. I'm going to share.
Are they spicy or are they just good books?
Spicy.
Like, I'm cool either way, but I'm in a spicy mood right now. So
They're
we weren't sure
spicy.
we were going to record. We weren't sure we were going to record today. And I was actually downstairs with Witchkin 2 watching a movie that we've seen 100 times that we can quote. And I was reading. So, yeah. And so I was like, okay, I'm kind of at a stopping point. I'll just reread this part. But yeah, so
Mhm.
going to the movies. And going to the movies is fucking expensive. Make a night at the movies at home.
Oh
Make a
my
night at the
God.
movies at home.
Seriously. At home,
Yes.
you can be in your pajamas. You can have your favorite snacks for a price you like. You can pause it when you have to go take a pee. You can have much cheaper drinks and comfier seats. So I am a big fan of movie nights at home. Even like we'll wait for the blockbusters to be rentable on Amazon and we'll do it at home. And
See,
Oh,
I'm kind
yeah.
of
just
spoiled.
I
more
mean,
I'm kind of
enjoyable that
spoiled
way.
because Joker is a movie junkie, and we it used to be called Voodoo, but Voodoo is something that's always been shared with me because I'm kind of an extension of the family. We've been in each other's lives so long. I'm an
Voodoo, for
extension.
those of you who don't, Voodoo, for those of you who don't know, is now called Fandango at Home.
And I'm still going to call it Voodoo
I
because
hate that name.
It's Voodoo. I was very confused when it wasn't listed as Voodoo anymore, and it's like, where is Voodoo? Oh, it's that one. But no, because Joker is a movie junkie. But even if he doesn't have movies that we want, if it's something that we want that may not be on his wish list or may not be on his radar yet, I've messaged him and I'm like, hey, see how much this movie is on Voodoo, and I'll send you the money, or I'll send Harley the money. Because I wanted to show Witchkin 2 a movie, and she's very much into romantic comedies. And what's funny is she's into romantic comedies and horror movies and then action comedies. This is my kid. I wanted to show her this movie called What's Your Number with Anna Faris and Chris Evans.
I don't
And
think
it
I've
is
seen that one.
freaking hilarious, and it's one of the ones that she has in her normal rotation, along with her classic Rockadoodle and Who Framed Roger Rabbit and stuff like that. But yeah, there's so many different things you can do. There's dice games that you could either one make or purchase to figure out what you're gonna do for date nights. Because like, I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know. And indecision is a
Yeah,
thing.
seriously. You'll get in paralysis.
It's like, I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Talk about Jungle Book repeat.
So, okay, so, all right. So, Joker and I, for a little bit, we were running with his brother, Brooklyn, and a couple of our friends. We were running a D&D game. And it was nice because it was kind of like a little bit of like an adult hangout, get together once a week. And it was cool. And don't get me wrong, it can definitely be considered a date night, but I would caution you to not, if you want to have, a couple's date, go on a couple, a double date or something, fine. But you do still need to also have time for that one-on-one connection with your significant other, that one-on-one intimacy. Because, like I said, one day Viagra ain't gonna cut it for you, buddy, and we're gonna have to just sit and look at each other. And do you want to sit and look at somebody who the only thing you know is how to give do you want to sit and look at somebody who the only thing you know to do is give an orgasm to, that you can't do it anymore? Or do you want to sit and look at somebody who you can have a conversation with, who can stimulate you mentally,
So that's actually,
I'm sorry, I'm off my soapbox.
But that's true. That's true.
No, you're fine. That's the whole point.
And see, so I don't go into mine and Captain's sex life a whole lot, and that's just something I don't do. I'll make the jokes, and
No, she doesn't. I miss the details.
You don't need the details.
I'm curious.
All you need to know
I
is it's
don't.
good.
I almost walked in on the details. I don't need to know. I don't need to know any details.
Look, I know Soul Sucker 9000, and I think I'm good with
See,
that
yeah,
level of
I mean,
knowledge.
Oh no, when I was living there, I went to go and walk into the master bedroom. And normally I just walk in. Like literally any other time I just walk in. But this time I didn't hear anything. I didn't smell anything. I didn't see anything. I just had a sixth sense that said, Harley, why don't you knock first? And all of a sudden I hear both Rain and Captain, don't come in.
okay, so
And then they both start giggling. And I was like, all right.
For the record, we were
Look, if
we
you're
were
going to live
finished.
with somebody and do that, you should put a sock on the door.
No, it just kind of
Hang a tie on the door handle.
Yeah, I don't.
Right?
I think he has
Hang
a
a
tie. I
hat
just
on
don't
it?
know where. I know he has a tie because he wore one to the vow renewal. But no, but
Because he's tied
But
you
you
up
think
with
he
it?
has a tie and you don't know where it is, which means you guys don't play with it.
no, there are other things that happen.
That sounds like a missed opportunity.
Depends on what other things that we're doing that is in, the mystery box of our sex life that y'all don't know about. But Captain and I we have designated time that we're in the smoke shack and we're having conversations, and we talk about the kids, which that honestly is not really connecting as a person.
No,
It's
it's not. Oh my god,
it
it's fuckery.
when all you have to talk about is your kids, you need to figure out who you are again, because that's when you have lost your identity and you don't even realize it, because your
Yeah.
world is your kids, and your kids are a huge part of your world. And don't mistake what I'm saying. They do need to be a big part of your world, but
But they need to be a part of your
but
world
you
and not
still
the
need to
entire
be who
thing.
you still need to
Oh,
be
no.
yourself. You still need to have that
Oh, yeah. No,
self
and
identity. That's what I'm trying to say. But Captain and I talk about
yeah, and
everything.
Joker and I, like, this is what reinstills the hope that maybe not all is lost when I feel like I'm completely failing at my relationship, is we will be sitting and talking and just shooting the shit, and one of us will say something and we'll both kind of pause and look at each other, and then we'll both almost in unison say the exact same thing that it made us think of, like a show or a movie. And or there have even been times where I'll like walk into the room and I'm like, babe, he's like, what? I'm like, yo, I want Whataburger. And he'll be like, get out of my head.
So yeah, no, but having that type of relationship where you can talk about literally anything, and like hell,
Mm-hmm.
Captain and I have been together for 7 years, and we still will talk about experiences we had prior to, before Rain and Captain were Rain and Captain. And it's still like new information, or it's just because the story is fucking hilarious. And y'all have kind of heard
I love the funny stories.
y'all have heard Captain's voice. Y'all have not heard Captain's stories yet. I
Oh my
promise
God.
I'm working diligently on getting talks from the smoke shack recorded at some point. Definitely needs to happen
Yes.
next time Harley comes to visit, because holy shit, those two are fucking hilarious.
God, yes.
I was just gonna say, Harley will be making a trip out to visit Rain very soon.
Fuck
and
yes.
Which is
it-
good, because
it
Raven has shit for
may-
you.
With the way
I do.
I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago, but we are real people, and we do also have, our own personal things and lives going on. And I'm not going to go into the details because it is still a personal matter, But I'm going to be quite frank with you. I have been going through this shit recently. Like heavy, heavy, heavy fucking duty. Okay. And Raven and Rain have both been there. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I need a vacation. I need a break. I need to just step away for a little bit. And, you know, part of what I do to kind of get a break and escape from what I'm going through is
Come and join the chaos at the Rain house.
I will go and I will spend time with my two best friends. And if I get to bring Joker to have him participate and be a part of that, that's in that group setting, that's me sharing more of myself with him. But don't get it twisted. Just because I'm visiting my friends, Joker and I will have our own private hotel room. We will have alone time. Rest assured, okay? And no, not just to do it.
Although that is very high on her priority list, because when they did come out, for just the two of them came out when Hex decided he loved her husband. It was quite humorous, but no, it's the group setting and the conversations that are had and everything else is hilarious, because you can get our significant others, you can get them, if you can get our significant others out of the house, referring to mine,
in the same room at the same fucking time.
To Captain and Dar.
Mm-hmm.
They like being
they're
in their
homebodies.
caves. They, cool. But if you get those three together, and then, oh my God, if you add in Captain's best friend Banjo, holy crap, it is fucking hilarious.
I just realized who Banjo is.
Is Banjo the ginger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banjo.
Okay, so Harley, if you do come down,
we'll get into that later. Off recording, off mic.
But if you and Joker do come down, we should like.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
You're safe.
But like we should do some kind of date night. The six of us. I think that would be hilarious.
We actually went.
I'm
yes, I know you're joking. But Raven and Dar and kept.
We tried that once, and then Dar went home.
No, that was with the kids.
That was
yes.
Yeah, the only kid that was there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the only kid that was there was Apprentice 1.
No, it was.
Were the other kids there too?
No, it was
1 and 2. It was Gremlin 1, 2, and 3.
It was 2 and 3.
No, it was probably Gremlin 2 and 3, because usually Gremlin 1 and Gremlin 4 aren't with us when we come out to visit you guys.
And I think
because that's
Witchkin,
and it was
1 was with her
people.
Which there's been one time that all four gremlins came out, and we were just hanging out at the house. But the
no,
yeah,
the only time Captain has met Gremlin 4 was at the vow renewal.
No, Gremlin 4, he was sitting on the couch playing his game, and it was the little person. So it was Gremlin 4, it wasn't Gremlin 1. The only time he's met Gremlin 1 was at the vow renewal.
Maybe I've had too many edibles.
So yeah, no,
that's another story that's going to be going on Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. No, not tonight, just in general.
Oh my God,
no.
Yes.
So yeah,
but you guys just reminded me that Dar and I haven't had like an actual date night in a long time. Like we used to have date lunches like on Fridays because I would work from home on Fridays and we would just go out to lunch and we would be the Dar and Raven show we would sit at the bar in a restaurant and just shoot the shit and whatever. But we haven't had like an actual go out, do something
with adults.
specific. Yeah, like since our anniversary. And okay, here's the thing. I have this fucking awesome outfit in mind that I want to wear on a date night with Dar, but I don't want to wear it somewhere else beforehand, but I really want to wear it because it's going to be really cute. Okay, I'll tell you.
So you are going, no,
So it's
you're not going to tell us. You're not going to tell us. You are going to manhandle Dar by the teats and make him take you out on a date tomorrow night after work. Stat. Before the dinner crowd. Before the dinner crowd, maybe you can get some early bird special drinks. Happy hour.
You're not that old.
No, but y'all could start drinking then.
No, I meant to say happy hour. I meant to say happy hour. I legit meant happy hour. I did not mean early bird.
No, you're funny. I ran into a guy I used to work with today, and I know he's only like 5 or 6 years older than me. But every time I see him, he's like, "Hello, young lady, how are you?" And I'm like, "Bro, we're like the same age, right?" And he's like, "No, I'm definitely way older than you." And I'm like, "Okay."
Take the compliment. Take the compliment.
I'm like, "Whatever, bud."
I don't know. I'm still reeling off the fact that at the nail place that I used to go to and Raven still goes to, all 3 of us went and they thought I was the baby. And I'm like, "No, I'm the middle one. I'm more of the mom of the group, but I'm the middle one."
That's because I looked rough as hell. That the nail lady was like,
No,
"You're gonna pass out, honey. You need a massage."
no, it wasn't that
I'm
time.
kidding. It's a joke.
It wasn't that time. That was like 2 times
I know
later.
it wasn't. Oh my god.
No.
Hakuna, you're fucking
You guys
tired.
argue like an old married couple. Do you two need a date night?
Probably. We haven't had a Denny's night in a while.
Yes.
Oh my god, you guys haven't had a
Nope.
Denny's night in a while.
And last time that we were in the same city, there was some shit going on, and I was there to be.
You were there to be emotional
Yeah, I was being
support,
there.
Rain?
I was there to be emotional support, Rain.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's something that you and Harley can do on the weekend they come down, because I know you guys miss that.
Hell, you and I haven't had Raven. You and I haven't had a mom's brunch.
I was just
Like,
thinking
don't get me
that.
wrong.
Like,
Going over and
You know what? I need to I may have lied because you guys know what's going on. So I don't know how soon this trip out.
It's okay.
That's okay.
But
That's fine.
But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. By God, it's gonna fucking happen. And
because you got to nurture the relationships in your life, right? And
And-
sometimes you nurture them with F-bombs and brunch.
yes, and so I think that we should push ourselves. I think we should do brunch, nap, and then Denny's night.
Oh, see, I was thinking brunch and then brunch crawl and then nap and then Denny's night. Or probably pub
That's
crawl
fine.
instead of brunch crawl. But however it works out, I'm cool with that. Shit, I was going to ask you guys something and brain fog just
Okay.
made it just...
So
Fly.
sorry, Witchkin 2 was asking a question, so yay. No, so we go to brunch, we go and do crafty stores because those are our kryptonite, and thrift stores.
Oh, there's a vinyl store I've been dying to go to, but I don't want to go alone.
And we also
I need
and we
some
also
voice of
need to
reason.
go. You want to take the shopaholic and me to be okay. Yeah, actually, I am kind of the voice of reason right now because my bank account makes me. But but we also need to go to the Japanese store.
Oh my God. So,
Yes, and my kids found another one that I need to tell you about that they loved. Fuck my head. What is going on with my brain tonight? I don't fucking remember. Carry on,
all
Harley.
right. Date night. Let's do date night. We've been going about our usual time at this point. So I was actually just going to see about wrapping us up, but I think that the point that we're just trying to drive home is,
Nurture your
find
relationships.
something special, nurture, take the time to make sure that you are nurturing the relationship with your partner.
And your friends.
Because just like if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of others. If you don't nurture
You can't
the
pour from an
relationship-
empty cup.
if you don't nurture the relationship with your partners and your friends, that relationship is not going to be able to support anything else. So prime example, if you are, with your significant other, how can you two form a good team to raise and handle a family and all the obligations of adulthood that people lied about and didn't tell us the truth about? Fuck you, MTV. Thank you very much. I want a refund on adulthood.
I want to cancel my subscription.
How can you guys tackle life, the day-to-day struggles together in unity if you're not taking time to build that relationship? And friendships are equally as important. Granted, you're probably not going to have to withstand the same struggles as a significant other type of relationship, but I guarantee you things happen with friends that test our limits sometimes. And these bitches drive me nuts sometimes. I love them to death, and I've told them that I love them to death, and I'm sure I drive them crazy too. I'm pretty sure that I am like an ingrown hair on Captain's ass right now because I'm trying to get him to do something for me. But long story short, nurture your relationships, ladies and gentlemen. Take the time out to focus and put in the effort to work on those relationships. And yeah, that's my parting line for the night. What do you ladies have to add?
Speaking of nurturing relationships, grab your friends, come on over to our website, check out the forum. There is a category for each of our episodes. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you do. Let's get some talking happening. That is MOC Media LL. Let me start over. MOC as in Moms of Chaos Media TX.com.
Yeah, get on our webpage, get on our socials. We want to have the engagement. There's multiple mom groups that I'm a part of as my true self and not this lovely Rain that you hear. Not my alter ego.
Not your alter ego.
And I'm seeing a lot of posts, especially recently, about moms not having anybody or feeling completely alone. And you are not as alone as you think, and making friends as an adult is bullshit. But you know what? I made a new friend through a crafty page, and we actually have a lot in common, although she is in Washington. Washington State. But she's super crafty too, so it's like, cool, we have stuff to talk about. But nurture your relationships. Check in on people. You don't have to schedule everything out, but sometimes you may want to just put that little reminder for yourself of, hey, reach out to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Touch base. If someone's on your mind, maybe they need to hear from a friendly voice, just to let them know that someone's thinking of them. Sometimes when you're going through some shit, man, and somebody reaches out and just says, hey, I was just thinking about you. I hope you're doing okay. That there are not, I don't have the words to tell you how much that means.
Of your cold little black heart.
It does. It warms the cockles of my cold-blooded little heart, my black little heart. All right, ladies and gents.
Yes.
I hope you have
Go ahead, Rain.
everybody, I hope that you do take time to take care of yourself and nurture your relationships. Go for a Google hunt on what you can do to keep things going. You could go bougie, you could go cheap, you could go homebody, however you want to do it. But there are ways to
Yep.
keep that interaction building and that friendship going with your significant other, with your friends, because even friendships can get stale. Although
Yep, they need
although
work
when
and
you have
nurturing.
a bunch of crazy bitches, there's no telling what we will fucking say. And generally, it
Hi.
is amazing and hilarious. And yeah, we pull each other out of hard times. We try not to go through them at the same
right.
time. But yeah, so everybody have a great time. We will catch you guys next week. Hit us up on our socials. Bye.
Love y'all.
One more. I made a promise that I would do this.
It's
Hold
gotta have
on,
the last
hold
word.
on, hold
It
on.
must be
I do need to have the
pathological.
last word in this. I do need to have
Right.
the last word in this. And I'm sorry because this is gonna cut off with us cackling. But so I previously did a shout out to server 504 and my alliance called Deviate. They apparently got exposed to this hilarity on the internet and temporarily renamed our alliance to HKT. So shout out to Tua.
Uh,
Bye, y'all. Love you.
Good night, y'all.